Great seeing you back for Devos. Okay, all this week we've been looking at the question, what was he thinking? Now, I answered it. Here's a man. He has it all in Luke chapter 12. And you can go back and listen to those and miss those devotions. And so each day we were talking about what was he thinking when he wasn't thinking about eternity, but he's so well planned for this life. And now he comes to the end of life, and God confronts him and lets him know he's going to hell and he was a fool. Now he's going to lose all that stuff too. Okay, so we found here this. Number one, this man didn't think that his prosperity was from God. Number two, he thought his life was just an abundance of things. Three, he thought he controlled his life and his death. He didn't know when he was going to die. Four, he thought he was in control of his present and what was going to happen in the future. Listen, none of us know what's going to happen in the future. Number five today, he thought about his wealth, but he didn't think about his eternal destiny. This man got a rude awakening. Now I want to stop here just for one moment. There's some Christians that are listening to me right now. One day, I'm telling you right now, you have a rude awakening coming. You're a born-again Christian. Okay, but you put God on the end of the list. You don't sacrifice for him. You don't go out of your way for him. You say, well, yeah, I'd go to church more, but nothing. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. I would serve him, but don't say that. Just serve him. Start living for him. Now look with me in Luke chapter 12, verse 20. God said to him, "Full this night your soul will be required of you. And whose things you have prepared, who's are they going to be? You just wasted your time. You just wasted your whole life. You just wasted your whole 401k. You're so worried about what people thought about you. You were so worried about what your kids thought about you. What about your God? You have to stand before him." This man wasn't even a Christian. He went to hell for eternity. There's no turning back. Look at Luke chapter 12, verse 21. God then says, after that story in Luke 12, he says, "So is the one who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God." So let me ask you, are you like that? Do you think like that? Are you rich in yourself and poor towards God? Listen, anyway, it's okay if you have a lot of stuff. It's okay if you make a lot of money, if you put God first. But when you put God first, that means then I am rich towards God. I want you to be rich towards God, not just rich towards yourself in this world. Look at 1 Timothy 6:7. We brought nothing into this world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. He said you came naked into this world, and you are going to leave this world naked. And listen, the clothing in which you go to heaven, they're not going to have pockets. You know, one man told his wife he had $20,000. He said, "That's my $20,000." He was dying. He said, "No, when I die, I want you to promise me you're going to give me that $20,000 and put it in a coffin with me." So finally she agreed after arguing. So right before they closed the casket at the funeral, she walked up and she put an envelope in the coffin while her friend knew what her husband wanted. She goes, "You didn't put that $20,000 in the coffin." She goes, "I most certainly did. I promised him." She said, "I wrote him a check." Hey, listen. Waste of time, waste of time. It was like that guy told you he was going to be cremated. He goes, "Oh, Pastor Mike, be sure I have with me my most desired possession when they put me in the crematory." I said, "What are you thinking? Listen, that's the dumbest thing I heard." People that talk like that, they put everything in the things they own in this life, and it's very, very sad. When you leave this world, you'll have no pockets. Write that one down. Look at Proverbs 11:4. "Riches do not profit in the day of wrath." Do you hear that? That means you're going to hell. That man couldn't buy his way out of hell. But righteousness delivers from death. See, when you die as a Christian, you never really die. As my son Randy used to say, "I'm not going to die." He goes, "I'm just going from life to life." And so, and if you trust in Jesus and his righteousness, you're going to spend eternity with him. Look here. "He who lays up treasure in heaven," oh, he looks forward to eternity. Let me ask you, you're looking forward to eternity? This is what I want you to do when you pray every day. Close your eyes. Imagine you're standing before God. Imagine one day you're going to be walking down that road and walking in through the gates of heaven. Are you ready for that? Do you think like that? That'll change your life. Don't think like that rich man. Think like the man who is rich towards God and not himself.